Right then, this is a quick walk around video, and this is for a Honda Civic 1.6 Sport Diesel. This is the Navi version, so it's got the navigator, sat-nav rather, which wasn't standard on the car. Finished in white, it looks absolutely brilliant with these black inserts. Obviously the facelift version, 2015 model, but very, very clean and tidy car. Bonnet is very clean, just the odd tiny little stone chip, hardly worth mentioning. I apologise, it's a lovely sunny day, but unfortunately that's not great for videos. I'm going to try and go backwards down this panel. Front alloy, very, very good indeed. Just the tiniest little bit of curving right on the outside edge, but it is very, very minor indeed. Try not to trip up. The panel is absolutely beautiful. Come around the back of the car, you've got this kind of smoked glass, lower section, black diffuser. It just looks absolutely brilliant in white, it really does. And offside, driver's side of the car, as with the near side, it's pretty much mirror smooth in the panels there. So I'll get my shadow out the way. Galumphing idiot. There we are. Rear alloy again, absolutely lovely. Remaining panels, really, really lovely. I always point out there will be the odd little mark that I've missed. I do apologise, but I do try and pick up on as much as I possibly can. But it's a fantastic looking car this, and it's in absolutely lovely condition. So parked in the shade now actually to hopefully improve the video, but not necessarily. The boots are massive on these cars, absolutely huge. 60/40 fold rear seats, and then you've also got this hidden sort of storage area underneath, which when dropped down like that gives you another sort of 7 or 8 inches of boot depth. Coming to the back of the car now, okay, all in very, very, very nice condition. Full set of original mats on the car, absolutely tons of rear leg room. It's been kept really nicely. Front passenger door card, as with all the others, really lovely condition. And then driver's seat, or passenger seat rather, not been given very much use at all. Finally come to the driver's door card, again all absolutely beautiful. And the driver's seat itself in terrific condition. So sat inside the car now, engine's running through the section so dashboard can be seen illuminated. Dash, to all intents and purposes, looks as new, in all honesty. You can see there, sat-nav working exactly as it should. If I pop the car into reverse, that lovely clear grid and parking camera as well. Really, really is fabulous in here. So I do apologise, it's a lovely day, but it's not good for doing videos. Come around here and over the top. Hopefully you can see there, 62,738 miles currently recorded. And that is the dash view that you get the dashboard, which I truly believe is the best dashboard in the business. No warning lights on the dashboard at all, aside from the low fuel light, which obviously fuel will extinguish after that. But absolutely super in here. Finally, just to show you, owner's manual pack is here with the car, as is very importantly the lock and wheel nut key. Right then, this is a quick road test video, and this is for a Honda Civic 1.6 Sport Diesel. It's registered VU15UJX, and mileage at the start of the road test is 62,732 miles. The reason for doing these road tests is basically so you get to see the car that's advertised actually in operation. We know just how frustrating it can be to travel hundreds of miles to go and see a car, only to get there to find out it's got a fundamental problem you should have been told about before setting off. So hence that's why we do it. It's also done on these very quiet country roads, very close to our premises, so hopefully be representative of what you'd feel yourself if offered a test drive on the car. Coming to the car itself, obviously it's been very well looked after mechanically, and it feels like it. Engine starts absolutely instantly, of course. Settles to a rock steady idle. There are no warning lights on the dashboard at all, aside from a low fuel light relating to the engine or any other part of the car. I'll do the temperature gauge in a second once it's up to been warmed itself up. I'll do that later in the video. The engines themselves are fantastic units. I mean, obviously their headline is, what is an achievable and very easily achievable, very good economy. I've got exactly the same car as this, or an EX version, and even doing trips where it's not particularly kind to the car in terms of fuel economy, I'm still averaging well over 60 to the gallon out of mine. On longer trips it's 70, so and it is very, very achievable. But the engines are lovely to use day in, day out. They're smooth, they're quiet, they're refined, and they've got a lovely power delivery as well. For what is a relatively small capacity, it gives you really good performance. Engine then feeds through clutch and into gearbox. Clutch is absolutely perfect. Bike point's exactly where it should be, and it's slick and silent in operation. Gearbox, obviously a 6-speed gearbox on all these Civic diesels. Just a wonderful gear change. Honda work very hard on these things and give you something that's got a lovely meaty mechanical quality to it, whereas some manufacturers seem to put in very little effort in that respect. Honda really make sure their primary controls have a real substance to them, and this is a class act, it really is, and I can't feel anywhere in the gear linkage at all. It's exactly as it should be. Steering on the car, track's absolutely dead straight. There's no vibrations at all that come through the steering wheel at this speed or any speed up to the legal limit, but it just feels lovely and tight in hand. There's no wear in it at all, but it's got a lovely weight to it as well. It's kind of makes the car feel nice and solid and secure on the road. It's quick, it's accurate, it's just pretty much the perfect power steering setup. Chassis of the vehicle, what I'm looking for on road test is just basically to make sure that the car's not, there's no noises coming in through the suspension that shouldn't be there, and that'll be where when it hits a bump, you'll hear it hitting a bump, but it shouldn't be any kind of chatterings or knocking noises, and there's nothing from this vehicle at all. In terms of kind of the drive of the car, it's just brilliant. It really is a brilliant chassis. It's very compliant, very comfortable, very controlled, very well damped. But it's precise, accurate, it's got verve, it's got agility, it's got all the things you want, with none of the downsides. So corners like this, taking sort of a little bit more quickly than normal, just turns in, holds its line, and very little body roll to go with it. It's just lovely, lovely to drive. Brakes of the car, I'll just get around the corner a second before I give them a stamp. But basically, it's a really strong brake pedal on the car. What I'm looking for on the brakes is, it should basically, there shouldn't be any sort of vibrations or pulsing through the brake pedal, and it should pull the car down nice and straight without pulling violently left or right, and that's exactly what this one is. It's perfect in that sense. Looking around inside the car, unfortunately it's quite glary with the sun today, so I do apologise. It's a beautiful day and I shouldn't complain, but it's not great for doing videos. But it's fantastic in here. I mean, they are beautifully made cars. No squeaks, no rattles, nothing inside the vehicle. Made out some lovely quality materials as well. But it's just such a fantastic dashboard to sit behind as well. Obviously, this is the Sport Navi, so you get the full sat-nav screen. I know lots of customers go to see cars, they think it's got sat-nav because it's got the screen, but it's not. It's just the Connect system. This one is the full Navi navigation car, all working perfectly, of course. Air conditioning's absolutely ice cold. There's dual zone climate control, so it's different temperatures side to side, and working absolutely beautifully, pumping out, say, ice cold air. But the quality of the switchgear is absolutely fantastic. It's very, very, very premium in terms of the feel. And the rest of the dash, which is my favourite part, is this absolutely glorious two-tier or dual level, whatever you want to call it, dashboard. Because it works. It's not just brilliant to look at, because I don't think there's a car in the class that has this impact visually in front of you. It's just wonderful to behold, but it works because the information up high, like your information screen there, your speedo, is so high
It's so easy to read. I can look at the cars directly in front, but I can see the speed at the corner of my eye without taking my eyes off the road for a second. It's genius, absolute genius. Down below that, more conventional pod of 3 dials, big dominating rev counter in the middle. Then you've got your temperature gauge, which is running at a 3rd now, which is exactly where it should be on a Honda car, by the way. And then fuel gauge on the right hand side. But everything in here pretty much looks and feels as new. It's been wonderfully kept, this car. As I said at the start of the video, the point of these videos is literally just to show you the car in operation, but to feedback on any issues, of which there's nothing to report back in this car at all. It drives absolutely beautifully. Spent many happy years working for Honda, so we know these very well indeed. And if there's something immediately obvious, we'd pick up on it, but there's absolutely nothing at all to report back, other than to say that whoever buys this next will be taking on a wonderful car.